Hi, this is Andrea Schulman again, and today in my inbox I found another really great question from a viewer that I wanted to address on the law of attraction. And here's the question. Hey Andrea, I have a question for you on a topic I would be interested in hearing your thoughts on. I have seen many videos from teachers like Abraham Hicks or Bashar and others, and they provide very good theoretical information about how manifestation works. However, I often have the feeling that some of the people who are asking them for advice don't just need theoretical information, but they need help and healing beyond words because they are broken on a deeper, maybe even a physical level, so that the low vibration is basically ingrained within them. Some people might be heavily damaged from traumatic things like a car crash, genetic disorders like autism, or traumatic childbirth, which devastated their body, and therefore they are permanently on a very low vibration. And so just trying to help these people with theoretical knowledge won't really do anything for them. Do you have any tools or advice for people who have such ingrained physical trauma that they can't simply get out of that with helpful words or theories because they are broken on a much deeper level? It's a very thorough question, but a very good question, and a question that I love to answer in today's quick law of attraction video. All right, so here's the question. What do you do if you have intense, serious, major trauma? Is it possible for you to experience a healing? Is it possible for you to transcend that experience? Well, the answer is yes, it is. I know that that may not necessarily seem accurate, because if you are in a space where you are dealing with an intense trauma currently, it may seem impossible to get out of, all right? So it's perfectly understandable, and I understand where this question is coming from because I've been in similar situations before where it really seemed like the physical pain was never gonna go away, or the addiction was never gonna go away, or my bulimia was never gonna go away, because these were things that got ingrained in me such a long time ago that it was just too big. But here's something really helpful, is that whatever's happening to you, no matter how big or how small, is there as a part of your growth. And starting to look at the things that are in your life, the good, the bad, and the ugly, in this way can make a very profound shift in how you experience things that you may have been experiencing as trauma thus far. See, what often happens with us very frequently is that if something negative is being experienced in our reality, whether it's a physical problem, a mental health problem, a financial problem, whatever the case it is, often what's happened is a long time ago, we labeled that thing as bad. It's bad and it's just something I have to deal with. There's nothing good in it. It's just crap. It's just garbage. And when we do that, what we inadvertently do is we invalidate that experience as being a part of our growth. But if something's present in your reality, it's there because it's there for you to grow through. And it doesn't matter what that thing is. And I know this may strike some people the wrong way, but I don't care because I know it's accurate. If we get down to the nitty-gritty, I mean all negative experiences. I mean deaths, I mean illnesses, I mean child abuse, I mean rape, I mean all that stuff. If it's present in your reality, it is there for you to grow through, no matter how horrible it looks. And this is an important realization to come to, because as long as we're looking at a problem, physical or otherwise, and just negating it as having nothing of value, it will literally have nothing of value for us. But the minute we start to look at something in our life and say, what is this here to teach me? This is teaching me something. This is helping me grow in some capacity. The minute we start to focus on a problem in that capacity, that problem starts to show us the way to grow through it. So that's the first thing that I would recommend, is that if you're dealing with some kind of a trauma, start to ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Because I guarantee you, it's trying to teach you something. And just looking for the answer to that question will start to open your mind to the ways of how that incident is serving you. And that's the path to transcendence. The path to transcendence is coming to realize that everything that walks into your life is there to serve you. The more you can do that, the more you'll automatically start to see things as serving you, and you'll no longer have to deal with the intense kind of traumas in order to get to the resolution. The other thing to mention about this is that a lot of times when it comes to these kinds of issues, another thing that we do is we label them as big and we label them as insurmountable. This is a big problem. This is a huge problem. This problem's way bigger than anything else. When we do that, through the law of attraction, we make the problem bigger than it needs to be. Now, I'm not saying that autism isn't a big deal. I'm not saying that, chronic pain isn't a big deal. I'm not saying that child abuse isn't a big deal. But what I am saying is if I'm a person dealing with that trauma and in my mind, I believe this is a huge deal in my life, it will be a huge deal. It will have huge ramifications. It will not just be a physical problem, but it'll be a problem that affects all facets of my life. And so part of the path of transcendence is also dialing down the belief structure that this thing is so huge. Now, it may be in your face, but there are a few things that you can do to dial down the idea that this is a very big problem, because we want to make it something that's just a part of my growth. This is something that I'm going through. This is something that I'm growing through. Everyone's got these kind of things. There's lots of people out there who are going through autism. There are lots of people out there who are working through back pain. There are lots of people out there who have overcome back pain. There are lots of people out there who have had spontaneous remissions. Start to do what you can in your mind to get around the idea that this isn't some huge Mount Everest of a problem, but rather it's a stepping stone. That's all it is. It's a stepping stone. And it may take a few tries to get over it, and that's okay. But it's not a Mount Everest. It's a stepping stone. The more you can get away from the idea of it being some huge insurmountable problem, and rather it being something that is helping you grow, that is a tool for you no matter how bad it was, and also something that isn't huge. It's something that people before you have dealt with. It's things that people have gotten over, people have learned from, people have transcended, people have gone on to do great things in spite of it or even because of it. The more you can look at the problem in that way, the easier it will be for you to transcend it.